Here we have the integral 1 over 3 cosine of x plus 5. From trigonometry identities for cosine of 2x, we have several identities. So all of these are identities for cosine of 2x, in this case is 2 theta. So we will use this one. Cosine of 2 theta is 1 minus tangent squared dividing by 1 plus tangent squared. So cosine of 2x is 1 minus tangent squared of x over 1 plus tangent squared of x. But 1 plus tangent squared of x is secant squared of x. This is for cosine of 2x. And so cosine of x can be written as cosine of 2 times x over 2. So when there's 2 in x here, then we get x, 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 x. But when there's 2 and then x over 2, then we will get x over 2 here and x over 2 here. So instead of x, we have x over 2. And so this is what cosine of x is 1 minus tangent squared of x over 2 divided by secant squared of x over 2. Here we have the expression 3 cosine of x plus 5. So 3 times cosine of x plus 5 would be 3 times this expression, which is cosine of x, and then plus 5. This 5 here is the same as 5 secant squared dividing by secant squared. We want to get a common denominator here. So 5, and then this is 3. 3 times this. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times tangent square is 3 tangent square. So right here we get 3 minus 3 tangent square, and then 5 is rewritten as 5 secant square divided by secant square. We want to get a common denominator here. And so for the top, we get 3 minus 3 tangent squared of x over 2 plus 5 secant squared x over 2, and then dividing by the denominator x squared x over 2. This secant squared right here, secant squared is tangent squared of x over 2 plus 1. So right here we get, multiply this out, we get 5 tangent square plus 5. 5 tangent square plus 5. And then combine that with 3 minus 3 tangent square. Then we get 8 plus 2 tangent square of x over 2 dividing by secant square. The integrand is 1 over 3 cosine of x plus 5. So this right here, this is 3 cosine of x plus 5. So 1 over 3 cosine of x plus 5 is just the reciprocal of this. So turn this upside down. So we get secant squared of x over 2 divided by 8 plus 2 tangent squared of x over 2. And so now we just move this secant squared of x over 2, move it and place it right next to the dx. And then we'll let u be tangent. The reason for that is because the derivative tangent is secant squared. So let u be tangent of x over 2, because the derivative of tangent is secant squared. And that's what we want right here. So the derivative of tangent of x will be secant squared of x over 2, and then we have to use the chain rule, and so we have to multiply it by the derivative of x over 2. The derivative of x over 2 is 1/2, because x over 2 is the same as 1/2 times x. So this is 1/2 times x, and so the derivative is 1/2. So we get du is equal to 1/2 secant square of x over 2 times dx. Multiply both sides by 2, we get 2 du is equal to secant square x over 2 times dx. And from here, this will be 1/2. This 2 right here is 1 over 2, so we get 1/2. This is u squared, since u is tangent of x over 2, so we get 4 over u squared. Secant squared dx is 2 du. 1/2 times 2 is just 1. So we end up with the integral of 1 over 4 plus u squared du. And then think of this as the form of a squared plus u squared. And so to get the antiderivative, we have to use tangent inverse. Recall that the derivative of 1 over a tangent inverse of z over a is 1 over a squared plus z squared. And so the antiderivative 1 over a squared plus z squared is 1 over a times tangent inverse of z over a. And so this is 1 over a squared plus z squared. Here we have 1 over 4 plus u squared. So let a squared be 4, and then let z squared be u squared. So we let a squared be 4, then 8 is 2. So a squared is 4, so 8 is 2. And so we get 1/2, 1 over 2. And then this is u squared is u, and so z is just u. And so that's why we end up with that's how we end up with 1/2 times tangent inverse of u over 2. But recall that u is tangent of x over 2. U is tangent inverse of x over 2. So this right here, this is 1/2 times u, so we get 1/2 times tangent, u is tangent of x over 2, and so we get 1/2 times tangent of x over 2. And this is the answer right here.